If you thought we had found all of the good resources and downloads, then think again. I've taken the internet in my clutches, I've given it a good squeeze, and managed to drain out some more graphic design goodness, totally for free. And sponsoring today's video is an absolute must for graphic designers. It's where you can download over 55 million resources in Envato elements. Learn more about that later in today's video. The first stop in today's video is we.graphics. At the very top we can see a list of mockups, which in my opinion is always a bonus. And also we can see tons of graphics, some templates, themes, icons, and of course some fonts. There's even a blog, so yeah, there's lots of stuff to consider on this website. But we do need to look at the license first, and essentially here we can see 3 different licenses this website uses, and they are all free for commercial use, but the last license has some specifications that you do need to read. But yeah, this website does have some decent things to look at, and it's one I haven't heard of before, and I particularly like the vector packs that you can see right here. It's a good website to have bookmarked into your folder of freebies so you can access at any time that you want to grab some freebies. But let's move on to the next thing in today's list. Atipo is a font foundry that I stumbled across last week almost by accident. They have some unique typefaces to download, but again, let's quickly check their license agreement. For print materials, the desktop license is good for commercial use, and for website design and so forth, the one below is fine. But the thing is with this website is that most typefaces have 1 or 2 fonts for free that you can download from the family, and then if you really do like that family, you can consider purchasing the entire family of fonts. Now I think it's a really fair method, and considering that these typefaces are pretty well made, I think it's worth taking a look at this website in more detail. There are also custom fonts that the Foundry have worked on for clients, and that can be fun to look at into each of the case studies if you are a type nerd like myself. More font goodness here with Awards, spelt with 3 W's. Awards is a very well known entity within the graphic design world, and they hand out prestigious graphic design awards on an annual basis. But they also have a bunch of fonts for you to browse over right here. With this website, you click onto the fonts that you want, and then you often click again to be directed to the download source. Some of them are not free or even free for commercial use, so you need to make sure and read the license agreements before you download. And that applies with this one here. 3 of the fonts are free from the family, and the other ones you will need to pay for. It's another really awesome website where you can snipe some awesome fonts from some awesome typefaces. I think this one is in need of a bookmark, of course. A quick one here with a handy little resource called VectorWiki. When working on a project, you might need to use famous logos or designs on your projects, and with this tool you can search them and download them in an instant. The library is quite extensive actually, and more so than other similar sites that I've seen. And of course you can download your searches as high quality SVG files, which is always nice. And this website was mentioned by someone in my Discord server, so thanks to that person who I can't actually remember right now. Pattern Maker does exactly what it says on the tin. It makes patterns. And actually, you do have a nice scope for editing on this free resource website. Crucially, you are able to upload your own images. Like for example, here we have Mr. Reeves. However, you must upload a square image, otherwise things do become distorted. Now you can change between 3 settings of where you actually grab your pattern from on your image, change the rotation, and also play around with different pattern tile settings. When exporting, make sure to use the correct dimensions so the best resolution can be found. It is a bit of fun, but I guess it could also be used on projects too. Another suggestion from a member of my Discord server, we have Creative Fabrica. There are other things on this website besides fonts which might actually interest you, but as you can see the fonts are free for commercial use. Also the fonts here are updated on a daily basis, and I've heard that you can get a new font emailed directly to you on a daily basis. Yes, a lot of these fonts are script and calligraphy style, which is quite nice to have, of course, but there are also serif and sans serif fonts on this website too. I really like the look of this typeface here, Lavi, and I might have to download this one to appease my addiction for another day. But next, some logo inspiration. Logo Pond is filled with logo designs that can boost your creativity. The categories are seen here, and looking over the featured section, it's obvious that we have a wide range of styles of logo design. It is always good and handy to have a scope of what is going on in the logo design industry, and this website can help with just that. In the top right, there are other categories to look over, and I personally do enjoy looking at client work. And that's because you can see what designers have made for actual client projects. If you found something useful in today's video, consider dropping a like and maybe even a comment. So yeah, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Envato Elements. This is a great one-stop shop subscription service that I use personally on a daily basis. Now, as you can see here, they've added over 94,000 new assets this week alone, and there are over 250,000 motion graphics downloads. You can find a wide range of categories to look over, such as video, imagery, templates, and even fonts, as you can see here. And let me tell you, the font selection on Envato Elements is vast and awesome. But yeah, you can also find things like website design templates and app design templates too. And you're never going to run into trouble either, because you own the rights to each download due to having a license when signing up for a paid subscription. And it works out to be less than $20 a month for the annual plan. And when you consider how useful this website is and how many downloads there are, it does work out to be really cost effective. And yeah, you can check out Envato Elements linked down in the description box below. And do remember, if you want to grab more freebies, just click a video on screen. And until next time, design your future today. Peace.